intro music, still a work in progress, here on Sing-Along Sundays, the Sunday Sing-Along. What should we call it? Sunday Sing-Along. I think that sounds better. This is the very first episode. I'm your host, Dustin Owens. I'm the lead singer, songwriter, and guitar player for Fall Down Trees. And the idea behind this series is, like, I learned how to play songs on YouTube videos, and it's fantastic. Like, I learned so much better watching somebody than just listening. I don't have a great ear, and there are people out there that will show you exactly how to play songs, note for note, everything to do with your left hand and your right hand. They'll show you solos all the way through, note for note. Like, it is mind-blowing, and it's really incredible stuff. But I have a little different philosophy on music, and I think it's like I play music sort of in a practical way. And what I mean by that is, like, I play music where it's fun to sit here at the house and just play the song and sing my guts out. I play with a band, and we have to arrange things for the instruments that we have, so we're not doing everything exactly note for note. But it's kind of the heart of folk music, right? It's like sometimes we'll just pass a guitar around and be goofing off, and all of a sudden something sounds familiar, and then we'll just play a song. And we don't know exactly how to play it. We don't know all the words, but God, it's a blast. Like, I really think it's like the essence of music. And so I think there are a lot of people out there that, like me, would just like to be able to play and sing the song and don't really have to learn it exactly note for note. Plus, if you're playing it with other people, excuse me, they're probably not going to play it exactly like you anyway. So the idea here is that I'm going to kind of quickly show you a song. This is going to be sort of intermediate level. You should already know your chords, have some familiarity with like a number system of the naming of the chords. That way you can kind of keep up with me. But I'm going to do it at about the pace I would with my friends, right? Like, hey, here's a quick guide of how we play it, and then we're going to dive in and we're going to play it. I'm also going to talk to you about why I think the song's great, and hopefully you'll appreciate that too, because that's another thing. It means a lot to me, like the history of the music and the stories behind it, but also the craft of songwriting. And that's something that you don't often see represented on YouTube either. And that was the reason I got into this thing. So maybe we can talk a little bit about the craft as well as how to play the songs and why we're playing what we're playing. And then play them together. And then you know how to play a song. And if you don't remember all the words when you're sitting around the house next Sunday, goofing off, it doesn't matter as long as it's fun and you can enjoy it. And then after that, I am a songwriter, play in a band. And so I want people to hear my songs too, and I kind of like talking about them because I'm really proud of them. So after I do my cover song of the week and we talk our way and sing that one together, then I'll tell you a little bit about one of mine, show you how to play it, and then we'll dive in and play that one too. So hopefully it's enjoyable for everybody, and most importantly, hopefully it's enjoyable for me. So the first one this week I think we're going to do is Gettin' by Jerry Jeff Walker. And I love Jerry Jeff Walker. I love like the attitude that he displays in his songs. It's just kind of freewheeling and fun-loving. And even though a lot of times I go a good bit darker than Jerry Jeff ever did, I do, especially in the live show, I think a lot about kind of his approach to music, and I think he would appreciate this show a lot. And this song is kind of about writing songs, getting by. First we'll talk about the chord structure of the song. I've got the capo on too. I love a capo. If you play a guitar, it's a lifesaver. If you play a guitar and you sing, it's a lifesaver. And you'll see me move it around a lot. I'm not going to play recorded versions of the tunes. I'm just going to show you my arrangement and how I do it that matches my voice. And hopefully that's helpful. But, once again, we're going to talk about chord shapes and numbers relative to the capo. So even though we're playing in the key of A in this song, I'm going to be talking about the G shape because that's what we're doing up north of the capo. So if you need to move it up or down a couple of notches, go for it to make it easier for you to sing. That's the point of the thing. But for right now, we're playing in the key of A. And the song's going to start out kind of holding a 1, and then it's going to go to a 2. Scamp Walker time again. Now it's going to go to a 4. Sliding by you, 5 once, 1 more. I'm going to do the same thing again. 1 and the 2. But this time it's going to skip the 4. 5. Now we're going to go to the 4 for the chorus. Getting by, getting 5, back to 1. and 4 and 1, 4, 5 and 1 in the bill. 4, 5. Now we're going to go to that E minor and the 4. 1, G, D, 5, G. And that's pretty much it. We're going to do that 3 times and we're going to sing over it. So kind of breaking down the lyrics a little bit. One of the things, first of all, OK Buckaroos is a phenomenal way to start a song. May even be how I introduce the show from here on out. I might just steal that from Jerry Jeff. So OK Buckaroos is Scamp Walker time again. I have no idea what that means, but I sing it. I'm going to try to slide one by you once more. My favorite line, though, in the whole song, and this is kind of our philosophy of playing music, is it don't matter how you do it, just do it like you know it. I think that is just, if I ever had a tattoo, and I am virgin skinned, but if I ever decided to get one, that's probably what I would put on. Getting by is my stock and trade. The second verse is about songwriting, and I think that this may have actually been recorded in the studio when they were trying to write a song and couldn't come up with anything, and so this was kind of the thing that they came up with. But the second one is, lately I've been thinking it's songwriting time again, and I can see old Pork Chop pacing the floor is how I'm going to sing it, because Pork Chop's my songwriting partner. So I kind of break free from the Jerry Jeff verse and relate it to my life. And then the last verse, it says, the income tax is overdue and she probably is too, is just that is such a just a middle finger of a line, right? Like, yeah, that's such a hardcore line to put into a tune, and obviously it's delivered tongue-in-cheek, but that's a hell of a line, so it cracks me up anyway. Hope nobody's too terribly offended. Alright, so let's play it. It's going to start out like it just plays like this open D, and then there's a little bass walk. Boom, boom, boom. Well, okay, buckaroos, it's Scamp Walker time again. I'm gonna try to slide one by you once more. It don't matter how you do it, just do it like you know it. We've been down this road once or twice before. Just getting by's my stock in trade. Living it day to day, picking up pieces wherever they fall. Just letting it roll, let high times carry the load. Just living my life, easy come, easy go. Lately I've been thinking it's songwriting time again, and I can see old Pork Chop pacing the floor. Take it easy, Chop, don't worry, man, something's bound to come out. We've been down this road once or twice before. Just getting by's my stock in trade. Living it day to day, picking up pieces wherever they fall. Just letting it roll, let high times carry the load. Living my life, easy come, easy go. The income tax is overdue, and she probably is too. And I've been busted, and I've probably been busted some more. Don't let it worry me none, don't let it stop me now. We've been down this road once or twice before. Just getting by's my stock in trade. Living it day to day, picking up pieces wherever they fall. Just just letting it roll, let high times carry the low. Just living my life, easy come, easy go. Just living my life, easy come, easy go. So I hope you noticed, like, in there, I screwed up a couple of times. That's okay. When you're playing in a live setting or playing with a group, one of the best skills that you can figure out is, or even when you're sitting around here, how to mess up and just keep on going. Mess up and then make it sound intentional, like you fell back in there. So if you throw a 5 in there, switch back, move back to the 2. That's what I did. It almost sounded like a nice little flourish. But it was a screw up, and that's perfectly all right. A couple of things I really like about the music of that song is, first of all, the 1 chord to the 2 chord is a really pretty change that you don't hear a ton in country music. So I really like that at the beginning. And then there's like a really low note. Just letting it roll, let high times carry the low. High times carry the low. Anyway, oh, is what I do. That's one of the lowest notes I sing the whole time I'm out there. I don't remember where it is in the song. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But the big build into the chorus is absolutely fantastic. There's some nice little like twists and variations in there that are interesting chord choices for a song that kind of feels thrown together. So when you're writing a song, you don't have to use all the chords that are in there, but you also don't have to only use 3. Even kind of hillbilly sounding freewheeling country music can have some sophistication in it. Just ask Willie Nelson. All right, so for my song, I think we might try to do it with the capo on 3. This is one I wrote a really long time ago, and I don't even really remember the inspiration behind it. It's kind of a sad song, and that was in an era that I didn't really write a ton of those. I do remember I couldn't finger pick it very well, and I couldn't really finger pick it all back then. And that was one of the reasons I never really played it a lot or played it live. But I am kind of proud of the pattern now that I go back and I can actually play it, and I'll be happy to show that to you in just a second. But it is interesting that I wrote a song a long time ago. I didn't play it forever. And then I picked it back up again kind of as we were going through some of the albums that we're working on. And it related so much to a very recent and specific part of my life and just like really hit home. And it's kind of an incredible thing. Like I wrote it not knowing that that was coming in my life. And now a song that I wrote that it has like extra meaning because of my life. And music does that anyway, right? Like it's almost like a blurry image, and your brain pieces all of the blurs together and draws the sharp lines in between, and every song feels like it's personal and it's about you. At least the special ones do. Not every song, obviously, but the special ones do. They feel so personal and about you because you're making the tiny connections that make it specific to you. And a really good song is written in a way where it is, I guess, just the right amount of vague that you can put your own experience into it. But for that to happen within my own song is kind of strange, and I'm not that heady of a songwriter. But I do hope that my songs would have that effect on other people, but it's interesting to me that this one had that effect on me. It's called Charity on Parade. So, once again, I moved the capo up to 3, and I'm going to be playing it in C shapes, and so that would make this in the key of E flat. But once again, if it makes it easier for you to sing, you can move it around. There's a little finger picking pattern here that has just a couple of elements to it. And you don't have to do it exactly like me. Once again, you can even do this with a pick. You can even do it with a pick. I probably tried it and wrote it with a pick. But it's a bass on that C, and then a hammer on, and then the bass. And then there's this little, I'm going to hit the high E on the 3rd fret up from the capo, and then the B 3rd fret from the capo. So then we're going to go to that A minor, same pull off, and then we're going to hit a G and do a little run up. One more time. let your fingers float. That's all finger picking is you'll hear it, and eventually you'll try to keep hitting the right notes, and then eventually there's a pattern there. All right, and then the chorus of the song is going to do a walk up. It's going to do an A minor. Then it's going to do I think it's like an E minor 7 or some form of B, but essentially it's 2nd fret A string, and then 3rd fret B string. So. C. And that walk up and that walk down is really common around music. That's a little flourish you can throw in there. And then the last little trick is going to be this walk up, and it's going to move up from an F. So that sounds really complicated when I finger pick it, but if you're strumming C, then that E minor shape, then the A minor, then the G, then the F, G, and C. So little walk up and down. All right, so let's play it. Once again, I don't really remember a whole lot about writing the song. I don't know where the penny and the nickel came from. I think Charity's a curse when marched out on parade is a pretty solid line. I do worry like the chorus is a little bit cliched. I'm surprised. I did try the lyric search to see if I'm stealing lyrics from anybody, and I don't believe that I am. Sometimes there's like this feeling when I write something that I don't overcomplicate, that it sounds familiar, but it may sound familiar because it's just good. But it may also sound familiar because you're stealing it from somebody. So you really just hope you're not stealing it. But yeah, there are a couple of lines in here that I think are pretty stellar too, and worth bringing it back. So, Charity on Parade. Penny for the peddler, nickel for the maid. Charity's a curse when marched out on parade. Words like glass are broken, cutting to the bone, and words left unspoken, delivered full in tone. And I don't wanna fuss and fight, I don't wanna sleep alone. Just lay your head on my shoulder and we'll face it on the other side of dawn. A penny for your thoughts, a nickel for your faith. 1,000 words to soothe the wrinkles on your face. That old familiar burden tugging at the sheets. That old familiar struggle making two ends meet. And I don't wanna fuss and fight, I don't wanna sleep alone. Just lay your head on my shoulder and we'll face it on the other side of dawn. Penny for good intentions, no rate of return. A nickel to pay attention if you ever hope to learn. Condolences to the pieces of every broken home. Best wishes to the happy couple that leave well enough alone. And I don't wanna fuss and fight. I don't wanna sleep alone. Just lay your head on my shoulder and we'll face it on the other side of dawn. Charity on Parade. So I hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you enjoyed the very first episode of Songwriters Sunday Sing Along. That's going to be the name of it, and I'm going to introduce it with Hello Buckaroos next time. And for you OGs out there that listen to the first episode, you'll know why. Thanks, Jerry Jeff Walker. Thanks you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.